Welcome to another video brought to you by Digital Content Alchemy. This is Mark Horn, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use an RSS feed reader so that you can keep your email inbox clear of all of those blog notice emails. Plus you'll be able to go through tons of content to quickly find the things that you're interested in and that you want to know more about. So without any further ado, let's dive in. So what is RSS? RSS stands for Real Simple Syndication, and that's exactly what it is. It is anything that little orange chiclet that you see on your browser window. It looks like this, and sometimes you'll see that on a website. That tells you that there is an RSS feed for that particular site. What I'm going to talk about in this video is a feed reader that actually gathers those RSS feeds that you want, that you choose, and brings them to a place where you can read it, and that feed reader is called Feedly.com. You can see right here in the address bar, Feedly.com is what you'll want to search for, and this is a way that you can keep your inbox clear of a lot of emails that you might get about new blog postings that are up on blogs that you follow, and it also allows you to go through a ton of content very quickly so that you can, if you're doing research, if you're doing anything for a project, you can quickly move through content without having to search everywhere for it. This is what the inside of Feedly looks like. This is the home that you're going to see when you go to a home screen, and simply search Feedly.com in your favorite search engine, and I'm sure that it will come up. And if we look at the feeds, and let me click on all, and that'll show us all of the different feeds that I am subscribed to, and we can scroll down that list. You can see a lot of different feeds that I follow and a lot of information that I am interested in at least glancing at, and that's one of the great things about a feed reader, is that you can glance at things. Now I like to use a simple list like you see here. Now in Feedly you can also set it so that you may be more of a visual person and like to see more visuals. If the blog post for the feed that you've subscribed to has a picture attached to it, you're going to see that image, and you can see those images that are here. This blank area you see here, that means there's no picture for that particular blog post. I prefer to leave the setting on the list, on the title only, so that there again I can go quickly through feeds. And what you're going to see when you go through feeds, it's going to be a variety of things. You're basically going to see the things in the blog post without all the moving parts. So you're not going to see the advertisement or the wide variety of images or those kinds of things. It's real simple syndication, so you're going to see a very stripped down version where you're only getting the content. So that gives you an idea of what you're seeing with the feed, what you're seeing in a feed. Let me show you here. Here, let's pick this one right here. Let's look at this resource. This is from Pam Grout. The title of the blog post is "Reality is a Mental Construct. Make Yours Joyful." And you can see there's an image there that is included in the blog post, and then you see Pam's content as we scroll down and we look at the different areas until we get to the end of her post, and then we're back to the menu. Let me show you what this looks like when we go over to Pam's blog, and I can illustrate for you a little better the difference between what you're seeing in the feed as opposed to what you'll see in the blog. I'm going to open this in a new tab and we'll switch over and take a peek at it. This is the same exact blog post on Pam's blog, and you can see right there, "Reality is a mental construct, make yours joyful," and the same exact post. What's not in the feed side is this big image that you see here at the top, all of this directory that you see here across the header image, all of the sidebar information. You'll notice there's a RSS chiclet that you can use to subscribe to this RSS feed on this blog. And you'll also notice in this browser that there's also an RSS chiclet here. It tells me there's a feed there. Now I'm already subscribed to this, so that, kind of a moot point, but I want you to understand what that chiclet means. It simply connects you to the feed for that particular website if the feed is present and if the author is allowing the feed to be shown. So that gives you an idea of how an RSS feed looks on both sides. Over here we're seeing the feed, and over here we're able to see the entire blog post if we click through from the feed. So that gives you a better understanding of the way that works. And you can also see within Feedly there's a lot of different categories, and these categories or tags, as you can see, I have art plus marketing, blogging, book plus business, different kinds of tags for different content that I want to filter into my feed reader. And you are the person who sets these up. It's very easy to do. Feedly walks you through that entirely and the way that it goes. Now, the way that you subscribe to a feed, let's say you're on a blog, and let's see, this is the I Love Marketing blog. This is Dean Jackson and Gel Polish, and there you see there's a feed present. I can click on this, and that's going to bring up a drop-down menu. You see the different feeds that are available. I can get the feed for the entire blog, I can get the feed for just the comments, or I can pick up the comments feed in general. This one I stated as comments. It's actually a comment on this particular post. When you pick whatever feed it is that you want, and let me go ahead and click this one, and I'll show you it'll automatically roll over to Feedly, and it shows that I'm already in that particular feed. I'm already subscribed to that feed. So that gives you an idea of what that little orange chiclet is and how to use it. Now, the way that you can scroll through the information and look at all of the things that are available in your feed reader, and you can see there's designations. This was put up about 6 hours ago. This one's 7 hours ago. And you can look at the timestamps, and you'll see them all the way back to a day or further, because actually you'll see them way beyond that, because this isn't content you control. You're only looking at the feed. It's content that belongs to other people, so it's always available to you. We can go here under the business category, for example, and we can look at that in the listing. These are the different blogs that have new content that I can go and look at the feed. I can look at the bare bones feed of the content of that particular blog post. And then once I'm done looking at all of that content, I can mark all of those as read, the ones that I want to read, and it will show that they're all read. Now it rolls over to the next category. In this case it went to content marketing. But what happened to those feeds that were in business? Well, let's go back to business and look. Well, it tells me that there are no unread articles, but it's also showing me all of those feeds, and you can see how they're more gray now than they were that dark black like we see in the fresh feeds that are available to see. So those particular posts don't go anywhere. They are always there for you to search or to go back on. And in fact, you can look at different areas where you might want to add different blogs, different places where feeds are, depending on the subjects that you like and that you might be interested in. For example, if you're interested in marketing, you can click through there. It'll make suggestions for you as to different marketing type blogs, and it will give you the statistics. It'll tell you how many readers. In this case, Andrew Chen has 8,000 readers. It says that it's dormant, so that may mean that the feed is not active, that he's not adding a lot of content there. Seth Godin has 114,000 readers. Seth is very prolific in posting on his blog and has 9 stories up there a week on an average. So that gives you a good idea of the content that's being published into that feed stream. So I hope that gives you a better idea of what RSS is and how you might be able to leverage it. I encourage you to try it on. That's really what it's there for. You can go through a ton of content quickly. You can look at a variety of things, like I read the subject lines, and the subject line really determines whether I'm going to open a post or not and look at it. I can look at this one from the lead and see that that's a podcast, and that's another great thing. Let me show you that very quickly. I listen to as many podcasts as I can, audio recordings of interviews and instruction and different learning tools that people are sharing through a feed with an audio or possibly a video, something of that nature. Let me scroll down here to my podcast and podcasting category, and you can see the different feeds that are here from podcasts. So I don't have to use iTunes. If I can find the feed for a podcast, I can simply add it to my feed reader, and I can easily and quickly scan and look at the titles of the episodes that are coming out or that are available for me to listen to or download right now. So that's how you can read and how you can listen using an RSS reader and go through a ton of content very, very quickly. Hope you enjoyed this instructional video, and I'll be back soon with another Digital Content Alchemy video.